All right, I'm gonna pull Etwurt in. Etwurt, you ready? You still here?
Is it my turn?
Yes, it is.
I've been summoned.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey,
So
bud.
why?
Say again.
There's a lot.
There's a lot,
What a day here,
dude. I felt kind of bad because I was like, dude, you know what's going on? Because you were like ready to start streaming or whatever, and I was like, I just like completely shit on whatever idea you had for like what was going to be happening.
It's fine. It's fine. I like knowing. I don't know. I don't know. It's so there's so much. There's just so much.
I know, dude.
There's so much, and there's only so much vocal space. And I don't know. It's so fucking wild and crazy. There's like, now it's like, well, how much of my vocal space do I use towards this? And then how much of it do I use towards this? Because this is also, I don't know. It seems like, it's this year. I wonder what's next. Like, I don't know.
We're riding a fucking wave, it seems like, and it's not.
Yeah.
Anytime I like I'm on top and I look down, I'm like, oh shit, we're a lot higher than I thought we were gonna be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's like the big thing. But it's just, I feel like a lot of this stuff, just like the Black Lives Matter movement, it's stuff that's just been here. You know what I mean? And
for sure, 100%.
like, okay, well, we can ignore it for a bit. We can ignore
100%.
it. And then like everybody that has been through the trauma that is the past coming to fruition right now, like they're just like, listen, I need to talk about this shit.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with that 100%. Like, there's a lot about me that probably people don't know. I was molested at a very young age, and like, so when I was reading some of this shit, I was like, very upset. I was like super angry, and like, because I understand the anger, I understand like the pain, and then like I think about it, and then at the same time I got somebody in chat calling me the N-word. I'm like, I can't do this today, dude. Like, I can't right now. Can we have a fucking break? Like, give me a second to catch my fucking breath, dude. But
Jesus Christ. I saw that
it's,
moment happen. I was like, dude, what the fuck? Like, do you know not? Do you? I don't know. Fuck that person.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to take anybody's voice away.
About it. Yeah.
I don't want to take anybody's voice away. I think it's better just be like, hey, you're probably not being the nicest guy. Maybe rethink your things, and then come back when you're feeling better. Because when he takes away somebody's ability to speak, they I don't know. It emboldens them and makes them more angry and makes them feel more valuable usually.
I think so too. It could also get them in the wrong group of people who like encourage those same thoughts and behaviors.
Yeah.
And we get the shit that we're seeing people telling stories about.
Exactly. But as far as this whole kerfuffle that's going on the internet, as far as like Twitch and staff and all this stuff, I don't care about the Twitch money. Like I've said it before, like I really don't give a shit if like I don't care about it. Like, but I get that people. Let me backtrack here. So what I'm saying is like I was talking about in stream earlier. Like you mentioned it here too. I was potentially thinking about like leaving Twitch because I don't know what to do, and because it's very much an ethical problem for me because it does hit close to home, and it's very much I don't know. It's not okay. But then again, like, what do you do? Like, do you lose the platform that you built so you can speak out against it? Because that's something that would happen. I would have less people to speak out about this stuff with, and less people to hear me, and that's not cool. And I thought about getting rid of my sub button. Then that just like, I don't know. I know people really like the idea of subbing, and like it gives them a sense of community, and like this is their space too, and all that good stuff that comes along with it. Like I quickly ruled that out. So I'm like, okay, well, what if I just like donate my money this month to something that like cause that's for this? And I think that's probably a better idea, and then speak out against it. But then at what point do we, because it seems so fast, right? It's like yesterday, just or even just the day before, yesterday, the day before, it was like Black Lives Matter. Like this is the argument. This is the, not the argument, but this is the battle cry of everybody, right? It's like, this is what we're speaking out against. This is what we're talking out against. This is what we're about. And then like a light switch, boom. I can almost see it happening, like where this also very important issue is going to be put on the back burner. And like it, and because it's hard to fight so many different fights at the same time. I'm not saying that's like anybody's bad for doing any of these things. It's like you only have so much mental fortitude to do so many things at a time. And I don't know. I and then reading all the stories, it's like, well, rightfully so. Like these things are also deplorable. Like they're terrible things that have happened to people. Like even though nothing's like for certain, it's all allegations or whatever.
Right.
It's some of them just seem to be like, this lines up. You know what I mean? Like this seems way too true. And then like, what do you do? Some of them, on the other hand, I think it's just people being shitty. Like, I will say that some of them, like the gaslighting ones, I'm like, I get it. That person's kind of being a shitty person. Like, I understand that. Like, and you should be upset. But there's like the bigger issue, I would say, are the people that are actually assaulted. Like that's something that should definitely be spoken out about against. And should definitely have something done about it. And then you spend so much time building this network of people, of friends, relationships on this platform that seemingly doesn't give a shit about any of you.
Right.
And then like, what are you supposed to do then? Like, because they're not going to give a shit about us no matter what. Like, I don't think they're going to give a shit. I don't think so either. I think they only care about keeping their numbers in the black. Like that, to be honest, like I don't think they give a shit about anything else. We could speak up about it. We could talk about it. We could say, hey, this is wrong. Yeah, maybe. And I say this is a big maybe. Maybe they'll ban some of these people. Maybe they'll take them off. Some of them have already, like, you know,
decided they're gonna leave. Like disabled their accounts, Twitter, their Instagrams, whatever. They did it on their own, which good. Like some of those people were pieces of shit. Like I don't want them to have a platform either. However, it needs to happen on a level of where people coming into Twitch know that this type of stuff isn't okay, no matter what level of success you are. And nobody's that just seems like it's like not gonna happen. It just seems like it's just all talk.
I don't know.
No
it's
walk.
Like we're looking into it. It's like, dude, somebody who was the vice president or something was like, told you that this was happening. You didn't give a shit about it then, and now all of a sudden you're gonna give a shit about it because people are speaking about it.
Right.
Like I don't know, dude. That seems like like
that was a big one. The was it Jimmy Wong?
Who,
said something about it. Like, and he was a VP. He like told the relationship manager, or the VP relationship manager, and they said that something was going to be done, and they were still in like, you know, the VIP areas of like certain events, even though they were deemed like a predator by some. What? Excuse me. I got a question. Why the fuck did you not like report them to their own company or whatever? And is it fear? Is that really what like the big thing is? Like I just don't I don't understand. Like I understand the not wanting to lose your job, but my question is, don't you think that like, I don't know, dude, I think a big problem with a lot of this, and I've experienced this in my own company, in companies that I've worked for, where it's a feedback issue. I think like a lot of the big things that I've talked about on this channel, and just in whatever stream team I'm a part of, is feedback and how to deliver it. And I don't think that most companies have an avenue for feedback to be delivered. And when it comes down to the avenues that are available, they're not free of repercussions, even though they technically have to say that for HR purposes. Instead,
that's the thing about HR. HR doesn't give a shit about you. They don't give a shit about the employee. They're there to protect the company. And people have this misconception of HR being like, oh, I'll tell HR. HR doesn't give a shit about you.
Right.
Their job is to protect the company. They don't give a fuck about you. Like, they could give a shit. Like as long as the company's still making money and they have a job, they don't give a shit. Like, why would they care? That's
that's my next question though, is like, who's watching the watchers, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, and that's another issue I think too, because some of these are like legitimately, like it's just a rape story I'm reading. Like, dude, this is fucking god awful.
Yep.
And like the other thing is like, how do we get these people? How do we make it so? That's like a societal issue. Like it's more than just Twitch. It's very much like, how do we make it okay for somebody to say that they've that a crime has occurred?
Yeah, a crime.
There's been sexual misconduct. It's a crime. It's this crime occurred, and how do we get this person to have? Because it's embarrassing. That's the thing. Like, people don't speak like from a victim's perspective. It's like, it's embarrassing. Like, you don't want to talk about this stuff. I don't like having to speak about it because it's embarrassing. So like, it's but when you don't speak out about it, then it just allows it to keep happening. That's the other thing.
Right.
So like, that's a lot of the reason that's why people don't go out and say anything. I'm just speculating from my own experiences. That's a lot of the reason why people don't go out and say anything, is because it's embarrassing and it's not something that you want to have to talk about, that you shouldn't have to say. And then there's all this social backlash of, well, what were you doing there in the first place? Why were you
wearing? Yeah.
What were you wearing? Yeah. Like all this other dumb shit that goes along with it, when it's like, that's hardly the issue here. Like, and part of and I think part of the reason why some of these people are still streaming is because it wasn't reported when it should have been. I think
that's the hard part though, is like,
encouraging these people is super important.
I agreed. Yeah, I think that's the big part, is like listening and supporting them. But like, dude, you're totally right. There isn't like there's the whole pick yourself up by your bootstraps mentality is like a symptom of an old era that is not valid. Like, that does not work. It clearly does not fucking work. That's why people's lives are destroyed. That's why people can't cope with like their reality, and they escape through drugs or video games or whatever fucking vice you find. Like, there's just so much in the way from you getting better. And I think like, I mean, a lot of this just seems like it's a healthcare issue, like, to start. Like, if there was an avenue for people to actually talk about this with no financial repercussions, I'd imagine that the stories are insurmountable in scope. But like, the big thing is just there's no avenue for this. Like, you were talking about this on a Twitch channel when this should have happened well beforehand, like via therapy or something, or, you know, some professional who can like guide the conversation into you just like understanding what had happened and how are you going to become not better from it, but like understand the behaviors that you've gained or negative repercussions of like the impact of what the trauma had on you. And that doesn't happen. So you have people who just live with trauma, and they go through their lives, and then they have an opportunity to speak up. And then you've got fucking people who just push them down and say like, well, I'm not like that. I'm a man. It's like, listen, if you see a fucking comment, oh my God, I saw this all fucking day. That was another reason why I was mad. All fucking day. People like, here's my story. And then you go into their comments, all this encouraging stuff, absolutely beautiful. And then you see these goddamn fucking accounts that are in there that are like, I'm a man, I've never raped somebody. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up. If you have to like read that whole thing, and I guarantee you didn't read the whole thing, but if you read that whole thing and you were like, the first thing I'm gonna say in this comment is I never raped anybody, shut the fuck up. Okay, that's not even contributing. There's nothing for you to contribute in there. Shut the fuck up and understand that you need to just shut the fuck up.
Just understand that.
I don't get it.
That's what I mean though. It's like, stuff like that is very like, whoa, I didn't even know you can go through there. Sorry, watching a game,
Oh,
but
yeah, there's
so I
secret
do like
floors.
like an old Mario trick. It's just those are just troll accounts a lot of the time. Like, well, not all of them. Some of them are actually legitimate. Some of them are actually legitimate accounts, and that's what's like terrifying.
Yeah.
Some of them are troll accounts, and like trolls are going to be everywhere. Like, they might not believe it. They're just shitting on you because that's how they get their jollies or whatever. And that could be another like, I don't know, mental health thing, whatever. But they might not believe it, but they're, they do.
Either way, it's like, just don't engage with it. Like, so many times I was like, listen, fucko. Like,
oh, thank you. Is that a cookie? You.
You win me.
Hi, Olivia.
Thank you, honey.
Did it taste?
Let me taste it. Lemon.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wait.
See you later, babe. I will.
Oh,
Goodbye.
my heart. My heart.
Okay, baby. I love you. Bye.
That's who we're protecting, guys.
But yeah, exactly that too. That's who we're protecting, and it's like, it pisses me off that people can just take this stuff so lightly and be like, some people are like, well, whatever, you know what I mean? Like, it happened, it was in the past, whatever. Or you should have said something then. It's like, the thing is that when they don't say anything then is because it's not an easy thing to cope with. There's a lot of other, and I somewhat agree with that statement. You should say something and speak up when something happens. Otherwise, nothing's gonna happen. Like, I do somewhat agree with that, but that's just very much a callous way of, like, it's also kind of callous. Like, because there is a lot of like emotional like aspects to it. Like, it's not just like you have to relive it again. That's the thing. Like, every time we talk about it, it's like you're reliving it. So like, nobody wants to relive that type of shit. Like, it's not fun.
Right.
So that's another thing. Like, it's I don't know. Like, it's much more than Twitch for sure.
Right.
I will 100% say it's much more than Twitch. It's not just, but it is shitty that a company that does say that they speak out for that it's just because they say that they give a shit about their audience or whatever, their viewers and the safety of everyone, but they really don't. Like, they've showed us time and time again, they don't give a shit. They do not care. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm just waiting for the next time Twitch does something shitty, like, or does damage control. 'Cause that's what this seems like.
Right.
We're looking into it. Like, it just seems like damage control. You should be actively speaking out against it instead of coming back to it later on, especially when somebody brings it up to you. At that point, you're like, oh, this is a problem. Let me actively work against this instead of saying, oh, we're looking into it now. And maybe you should have said, we've been looking, like,
we've been looking at these.
We've been looking at these, and we've been handling them as we see them. But they're not saying that shit. Like, they're saying, oh, whoopsie. Like,
oopsie. Yeah. That's
sorry, we
literally
gave
been
you
Twitch's
mental trauma.
response for, like,
Oopsie.
a majority of, I don't know, everything that's ever been happening on the platform.
Yeah.
Has been literally just been like, oops, like, we knew this is an issue. Better release the statement with the black background and the white lettering with our Twitch logo so you guys know we mean it. I'm going to pin it here for a month, and then we'll talk about it.
Then we'll talk about it when you guys forgot.
Yeah. Like, just so you know, we did release this message. Like, I really need you guys to be transparent about what you're doing. Because, like, even if it's just like, listen, we hear you guys. We understand what's going on. These stories are horrific. Like, we are really looking into this, working with law enforcement. Like, I'm like, I don't know what that means, guys.
Working with law enforcement means if, like, there was what my understanding of what that means is if there was a police report filed, then they will work with law enforcement. I don't think they're actively going out and looking into this shit.
Okay.
Because that means that they go back and, like, give them DMs and stuff. That's what I think it means.
Also, it means that they have to be accountable, which is not going to happen. Like, that's not.
Yeah.
They're not. I mean, cooperating with law enforcement, not to be an asshole, but, like, that's probably the safest thing you could have said. Next thing you could have said is, we're investigating, like, these allegations with our legal team, and we're going to be touching base with the partners that have been named or whatever, and we'll report back as to, like, what our actionables are for how we're going to handle the situation. I don't know. It just, there's been a lot of talk about, like, what we do, what they do, and all I can think about is, like, I mean, these are contracts with partners, right? So if your star player is in trouble, suspended, until further notice, until we figure out what the fuck's going on with your shit.
True.
And that's it. That's all. You have to fuck with somebody's money in order to do that. And by doing
same thing with Twitch though. It's
right. That's what I was about to say.
As us, non-partnered, smaller, bigger, probably like tighter community streamers, I would say. It's up to a lot of people like us to say Twitch that we don't agree with this, we don't think this is okay. But then, how do we do that? That's like, what are we supposed to do to make you see that we don't agree with this type of?
Right. Well, that's the hard part. Is like people sign petitions and all this shit, but I'm like, they're a private company. They don't give a fuck.
They don't give a fuck about
like
what? Yeah.
Yeah, you got 1,000 signatures on that. Great. Like I don't fucking know what you want like to be done. Like
I'm sorry. I just made $1 billion. Let me fucking wipe your ass.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
Doesn't add up. Like, I don't know. And people are saying like Blackout Wednesday, so like nobody streams on Wednesday.
I'm
like that's great and all, but like there are streamers who live off this income and they have to stream.
Right.
Like that's one thing that I think it's a good idea, but I don't think it actually is plausible for everybody, because some people, this is their only income, and because they make decent income doing it. And
right.
I don't know. So
well, I mean,
it's like
you could argue that like if they don't stream or whatever, the sub money and everything, like that's really what it is. Like, people are more inclined to renew their subs if the person's live, so you're preventing a whole day of revenue from like going black or
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I think that's a big one. I think like I saw Yosh. I don't know if you guys know, it's Yosh. He's a fucking awesome dude. He had a tweet blow the fuck up, and he's like, I'm canceling all my subs and I'm going to donate directly to the people that I want to support, because the only reason why these people, or the only way Twitch is going to listen to us is if we fuck with their money. And
I think that's a good, beautiful sentiment.
Yeah, it's a big Brian move.
Yeah.
And I kept thinking about, I know it sounds weird, but I kept thinking about Kill Bill because we watched it recently, where he's like, what's his name? He fucking, the bouncer guy. I can't remember, Ted or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, he like shows up late to work, and he's like, "You working tomorrow?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm working tomorrow." I was like, "No, you're fucking not. You don't even know when you're fucking working." Let's take a look. Okay, well, you're not working tomorrow. Wednesday, you're working Wednesday? No, you're not. No, you're not working Wednesday. You working Tuesday? No, you're not. Tell you what, let's not take you for the rest of the fucking week, and I'm gonna call you, and then you're gonna show up. Because the only way we really get you kids to actually listen and do your job is if we fuck with your money. I was like, dude, hell yeah, true.
It's so true.
I'm wondering if like that's something that everybody could really get behind. Is just
I would get behind it.
I do.
Start a Patreon and then just fucking sub through Patreon or something. You could not have to pay $5.
Yeah, I'll use Better Bitch TV.
Better Bitch TV.
Better Twitch TV. Let's be real. Nobody uses the fucking default emo shit. Like if you're an affiliate, dude, fuck off, man. Yeah.
Bud, his name was Bud.
Bud, yeah, that's what it was.
I would use Better Twitch TV for emotes and then just say fuck it.
Flaming Delta.
Fucking
dude, oh my god, yeah, it's been a
donate
while.
Or
Abby Dabby Doo, thank you for the follow. Yeah, I think like $5 per thing. Like I don't know. That's $5
donate
a month.
Or subscribe to Patreon or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that's a better idea.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to give a shit until
they see all that money go away.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's all I've been thinking about. I was like, dude, that's actually like a big fucking Brian move.
Dude, I'm fucking doing it.
You're gonna do it? I think
I'm gonna do it,
dude.
I don't even care. I don't even care if I don't make any money. I don't even give a shit. Like, I don't want to financially support a system that doesn't give a shit about anything other than their money. Like, there's no sense of integrity anymore, like for these companies, and I don't know.
And we're the people who are.
But we're the people who are supposed. Yeah, we're supposed to be the ones, and we have to uphold these standards too. So it's like, well, if we're upholding standards, then we have to uphold you by the same standard. I don't know.
I agree. Let's do it, dude. I'm fucking down. You guys down for that? You guys down for canceling the subs and just going straight to Patreon? I'll fucking do that shit.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. I got a full-time job, dude. I just want to talk to people.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah, we are the product, 100%.
100%. We are.
Ooh, hey QXZ. Oh, sorry for the timeout. What's going on? Oh, you did mixer.com/KonkyTalks? Yeah, I actually did claim that URL.
But
Yes.
Mixer's being bought up by Facebook. That's.
Hey Z Panic, good to see you. You're calling it Better Bitch TV from now on? Hell yeah, dude.
Better Bitch TV.
Flaming
love
Delta,
it.
it has been a while, man. I hope you've been well as you can be during these fucking stressful times. It may lose me a friend or two though. What's the better Bitch TV emo you got? I dropped all my non-Twitch Prime subs a month ago. Yeah. Boygaming.com. Yeah, I know. We got to get that shit started.
Oh, true. We should just use Twitch Prime to sub.
Mr. Metabytes, if you're in here.
Free money.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you can use your one Twitch Prime.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, that's.
Ooh. Dude, yeah, that might be it. That might be the big move. I think
Especially when you get like more people to do it. I think more
Yeah.
people will be willing to do it too, because I think you make more money off of Patreon anyway.
I don't know how like they handle the
Payment.
payment aspect
Yeah,
of it. I'd
no
have
idea
to do
either.
the investigation stuff on that, but you know, it sounds really good on paper right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Or just donations even. Like that's fine with me. Like I don't know. I don't want to. I don't know.
No, I agree. Like we're helping contribute to the success of a platform that has not prioritized the safety of the individuals on the platform and hasn't really made a stance. They've just been talking this entire time and no walking.
Yeah.
And I'm not about it. I'm not okay with that. It's not. I don't know, dude. If you say you're gonna do shit and you're gonna say I don't know. You're gonna fuck it, dude. I don't know. I feel like everybody who's been in here, like, I mean, hey, you know what? Your sub streak doesn't go away. You don't need to restart anymore, you guys. So when they
True.
finally fix their shit, you'll be back with the red badges and all that other shit. So
Yeah.
fuck them.
I think. How big is that streamer who said that?
He's very
Is it pretty
small.
big now? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I hope more people follow in that because I don't know.
Yeah, dude. We'll have to take a look and see what's going on with Patreon, huh?
Yeah.
Well, looks like I've got one more person in the call
Yep,
queue, man.
I'll get out of here.
Edward,
Bye.
I love you, bud. Let's play games soon.
Love you too. Yes.
All right, man.
Buddy.
Talk to you later.